Off we go with the answers to the statistical diagrams problem, and it starts off with a stem and leaf problem. So Zoe records the weights of 15 people in kilograms, and here are the results. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 7 make 15. Complete the ordered stem and leaf diagram to show these results. So whenever I see stem and leaf, I think to myself, A-OK, and that stands for all. Got to make sure there's all the numbers, they've got to be in order, and we need a key. And if I want my 3 marks, then I need to have these 3 things. So let's go for it. Now first of all, I'm just going to use a bit of room over here to do my unordered one. So 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now 87, so that goes 87 there. 51, 51, 46, 46, 77, 74, and it's a lot easier, 58, to do them in order, 68, than it is to try and order them at the same time as writing them down. 48, 63, 52, 64, 79, 60 and 66. And now it's very easy to order them, so I've got 4, I've got 6 and the 8, they're already in order, so I'll put them in there. 1, 8, 2, so it's 1, 2, 8, isn't it? So 1, 2, 8. Right, a bit tricky here, we've got a 0, 3, 4, 6 and 8, and then 4, 7, 8, 9, and then 7. So there's the order, and now the key, I'm just going to pick any of them. It doesn't even have to be in the table, but I'm going to pick one. I'm going to pick 52. So 5 line 2 means 52, and it's kilograms, isn't it? So why not put that in? So let's just check. We've got them all there. Well, the way to check you've got them all there is to count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So they're all there. They're in order, 6, 8, 1, 2, 8, 0, 3, 4, 6, 8, and so on. And there's a key. Lovely. Easy marks. Don't get it wrong. Write down the median weight. Okay, hey diddle diddle, the median is, yeah, you guessed it, the middle. So how do we get the middle one? Well, they've got to be in order. So we could write these numbers in order and find the middle, but why do that when you just put them in order on here? So I'm just gonna find the middle of these. So smallest, largest, smallest, largest is 79 now. Smallest is 51, largest is 78. Smallest, largest, smallest, largest, smallest, largest, smallest, largest. So the middle is the 4, but hang on, it's not a 4. Remember the key, it's 64, and it's kilograms, isn't it? And I'd be paranoid, I'd just double check it actually. Smallest, largest, smallest, largest, smallest, largest, smallest, largest, smallest, largest, smallest, largest, smallest, largest. No harm in doing it twice. It didn't take me long, and I've got a bit more certainty now. Right, pie chart. This pie chart shows some information about the numbers of medals won by Canada in the 2008 Olympic Games. Canada won 3 gold medals. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to write that information on the chart. So there's 3 medals here in the gold section. Work out the total number of medals Canada won. Right, it's all about angles and medals. So first of all, you notice there's a missing angle for silver, so that's 180 degrees. And second of all, you'll notice that the gold, 60 degrees, is 3 medals. And this is the key to the whole problem. The fact that the angle has got some link to the number of things, in this case medals. And you can see that that means that 1 medal, well, to turn 3 into 1, I divide it by 3. So I'm going to divide that by 3, and I'll get 20 degrees. So 20 degrees equals 1 medal. And those of you that I teach will notice that this is something which I use a lot. This is a very useful sort of diagram. So 1 medal is 20 degrees, which means that I can work out all the rest. So how many 20s in here? Well, 120 divided by 20, and you can count your 20s up: 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, and you'll find it's 6. So there's 6 medals here. And these two together would make 180. So I could just work it out for 180 on its own, or I can add them together, and I'll find there's 9 medals there. So 6 add 3 add 9 makes 18. So there's 18 medals in Canada's table. Question 3. The table below gives information about the results of the matches played by the football team. Draw an accurate pie chart to show this information. So, are they any good? Well, they're not too bad. The football team won 10 matches, drew 6 matches, and lost 8. Now, how many matches are there? Well, 10, 6, and 8 add up to make 24. And there's a gap here, and that's nearly always left for you, and that's because you need to work out the angles. And at the moment we don't know anything about the angles except for one vital fact, and that vital fact is the fact that they have to add up to a whole circle. So all the angles have to add up to a whole circle, and if we can work out what we have to times these numbers by to turn them into angles, then that's the key to the problem. So 24 is into 360, so that's 360 divided by 24, and that does go exactly. So 360 divided by 24, give you a few moments, you haven't done it already. Yep, it's 15. So that means we times everything by 15. So 10 times 15, that's 150. 6 times 15 is 90. And 8 times 15 is 120. And let's just check the add up. So we've got 100, 200, 250, 340, 360. So that's good. So now we just have to draw it, and this is the one bit which I'm going to have to leave for your imagination. So let me just zoom out a bit, and we'll try and draw roughly what you do. So first of all, I'd go for my 150 degrees. So I put my protractor on top of this with the cross in the middle. I'd make sure the 0 was lined up there, and I would count round in either direction till I got to 150, and that's going to be probably somewhere down here, I imagine. And I make a little mark. And then I get my ruler and I join that mark up. And I'd hope that this was 150. But it's not important to write that. What it is important to do is to write down what that pi is, and that's 1. So that's the 1 section. Now, the drew section, 90 degrees. So I'd put my protractor on, cross in the middle, put the 0 here, and this time I'd measure this way. So I'm starting at the end of the 1 segment, and I'd go around 90 degrees, and that would get me to about there. And I'd get my ruler, draw a line, and that's my 90 degrees. That's not important, but what is important is I write down what 90 degrees is for. It's for drawing, so drew. And then the last one, well, we don't really need to do it, but it would be worth measuring to check. It should be 120 degrees, so we'd put our angle measurer, cross in the middle, put the 0 on here because we're measuring from the end of this one, and we'd go around this way, and we would hope that when we got to this bit here it would be 120. And that, of course, is lose or lost, lose, lost. And relabel it. And that is how you draw your pie chart. Please make sure you practice measuring the angles, draw lines with a ruler, and do your best to be accurate with it. And that's that question. Right, question number 4. Azuma wants to find out the method of transport people use to travel to a shopping centre. Design a suitable data collection sheet she could use to collect this information. 1 mark. They're after a tally chart, basically. So, first one is going to be method. So what could you have? Car, bus, trained dinosaur, what else could you have? Swim, It's been raining a lot. Any other ideas? Jetpack. Okay. Probably need to be safe and say other as well, just in case. Right, method. And then you'd have a tally, wouldn't you? So as you're going around the shopping centre and you said, excuse me sir, could you tell me how you got here? And they say, well, I used my jetpack. You'd be able to put a tally there, and they say, no, I swam today, a nice day for a swim. Okay, and you put tallies there. And finally you'd have frequency, which you'd use at the end of the day when you had all of your stuff on there, and you'd write down the frequencies. Okay, so that's easily 1 mark. Okay, the challenge question. Michael, oh, who is Michael? You know who you are. Carried out a survey of some students. He asked them the type of TV programme they like the best, and here's the pie chart he drew. Well, he chooses one student at random. Find the probability that this student likes soaps best. Okay. Well, soaps. Look at the angle. It's a straight 90 degrees. Now remember, probability, fraction decimal percentage, well, soaps is 1/4. So probability of 1/4 that a student likes soaps best, and the probability a student does not like soaps best is all the rest, 3/4. Now, 6 students said they liked the news best. How many students took part? Well, this is just like the question we did a moment ago. So there's 6 students in the news. So 30 degrees is equal to 6 students. So we do 30 divided by 6, and that gives us 5. So 1 student, so that's dividing by 6, gives us 5 degrees. So we want to know how many students in the whole pie, so that's 360 divided by 5. Now, if we divide it by 10, we get 36, and for every 10 there are 2 5s, so we double it, so that is 72 students. And that's the end. And I hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon.